Children, today I am here with you and I am going to discuss about the very first poem of 10th CBSE book Dust of Snow. I request to all of you to please watch full video to understand it better. What the poet is trying to say here that there can be a lot of negativity in the world, but even with this negativity, how can you be positive? So let's start with the poem. Dust of Snow. Dust of Snow is a beautiful poem, beautiful short poem composed by Robert Frost. This poem this poem tells about tells that even a simple moment has a large significance in one's life. The poet has mentioned crow and hemlock tree in this poem. Crow signifies his depressive and sorrowful mood, and hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. Both signify that the poet was not in a good mood, and so he describes the dark, depressive, and bitter side of nature to present his similar mood. As we all know that crow and hemlock tree both are the symbol of negativity. So the poet has used both of the things here to express his sorrowful mood and depressive mood. But when the crow shakes some dust of snow on him, then his mood changed from sadness to happiness and saved his rest of the day from being wasted away. So let's go through with the stanza wise explanation. First stanza: the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Here, shook means shake, and hemlock means a poisonous tree with some white flowers. In this stanza, the poet Robert Frost recounts a small incident that changes his mood. It seems very simple, but it has great significance. The poet was very depressed and hopeless. He was in a state of sorrow and he was lost in his thoughts. He was standing under the hemlock tree. Then suddenly a crow that was sitting over the tree shook the tree, and the fine particles of snow from the tree fell on the poet. Actually, what happens in this stanza, the poet is standing under the tree and the crow comes suddenly from nowhere. We don't know from where the crow comes. It comes and sits over the tree, and as it sits, some fine particles of snow fall on the poet. Now we go through with the second stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Here, rued means held in regret or wasted. In this stanza, the poet says that when the soft and cold snow fell on the poet, it changed his state of mind from sadness to happiness. He started feeling peaceful and refreshed. This simple incident helped him enjoy the rest of the day. He thus became very happy as it saved his rest of the day from being wasted. So, as the fine particles of snow fall on the head of the poet mood changed from sorrowful, from sadness to happiness. Now we see there are some main themes of the poem. Like first is like first communication between nature and human. You can see here when poet goes to the contact of nature, human beings go to the contact of nature, uh, we can communicate with nature. And second one, nature healing and helping with negative. Nature has great power to heal the negative emotion of the human beings. Nature can help in the negativity. And the third one is the significance of small natural events. Now we move forward to the literary devices of the poem. Many poetic devices are used here. First one is rhyme scheme. You can see the rhyme scheme of this poem is A B A B C D C D. So we can go to the first stanza to understand it better. You can see here the last word, which is crow. If we consider crow as A, and second line me. If we consider me as B, then third line, the last word of third line snow will also be A, and the last word of tree or last word of fourth line tree will also be B. It means the rhyming scheme of the first stanza will be A B A B. Now we move to the second stanza. The last word of the first line is heart. If we consider heart as C and the mood as D, so the last word of third line part will also be C, and last word of the fourth line rude will also be D. In this way, the rhyming pattern of this stanza will be C D C D. In this way, the rhyming scheme of this poem will be AB AB and CD CD. Second poetic device is alliteration. Alliteration is the occurrence of the same consonant or consonant sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. The instances of alliteration are as follows. You can move to the second stanza. You can see first line, there is has, in has there is H sound. You can see there is H sound, and in heart there is also, in H sound there is also heart. In heart there is also H sound, and in has there is also H sound. In this way we can understand H sound, which is consonant, is being repeated. This is alliteration. And in the same way you can come to the third line. There is S sound in save and there is S sound in some. This is also consonant sound, so this is alliteration. Now moving forward, uh, the third poetic device is inversion. When the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhyme, this poetic license is called inversion. In stanza first, inversion can be seen. Fourth one is assonance. The prominence of a vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. In stanza 1, line second, shook down on me. O sound is prominent. You can go to the first stanza and see the second line of this poem, shook down on me. In shook there is O sound, in down there is O sound, in on there is O sound. This O vowel sound is being repeated. This type of poetic device is called assonance. And the last one is enjambment. When the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks, it is called enjambment. It has been used throughout the poem. You see, in the first stanza there is no punctuation mark, you can see, and you can see in second stanza there is one full stop which is given at the very last of the line. So this type of poetic device is called enjambment. Students, you can note down these poetic devices in your copy also. So this is a very short central idea of the poem Dust of Snow. I hope this will be very useful to all of you. Thank you very much.